All right, so get this. You sent us like a ton of research on AI and supply chains,
Yeah.
which is perfect because that's what we're diving into today.
It's a hot topic.
It is. It's kind of blowing my mind how much AI is changing like every part of how companies make stuff, move stuff, the whole deal.
I know, it's pretty much the whole game.
It is, and we're going to go through your research in detail, like what is it, a personalized crash course just for you listening?
That's right.
So before we get to like all the crazy stuff AI is doing now, can we take a step back? I mean, supply chains weren't always like robots and algorithms, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
It was all, what, pen and paper and intuition back in the day?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like back in the 60s, 70s, everything was super manual.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it was. And then, global trade just exploded.
Right.
And supply chains got so complex that it became really obvious. Like, we need
Oh, yeah, you need computers.
We need computers.
This is too much.
Exactly. We need a better way to manage all this data. So that's when those early computer systems started popping up.
So like those, what were they called? Material Requirements Planning Systems?
MRP, yeah.
MRP, yeah.
That's the one.
I think I saw that in one of the articles you sent.
Yeah, you probably.
Those must have been like revolutionary back then?
Oh, they were huge.
Right.
Yeah, this totally changed the game. And they kind of set the stage for like the next big thing.
Which was?
ERP systems. Enterprise resource planning.
Okay.
You probably heard of those.
Yeah.
Those really took off in the 80s and 90s.
Okay.
And they gave companies this like bigger, more complete view of their entire supply chain.
So like not just how much stuff you have, but like where it is, where it's going, all that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
But, they still relied on a lot of manual input.
Right.
People typing stuff in, people analyzing stuff.
Right.
It wasn't fully automated or anything.
Gotcha. But then, I mean, the internet just like blew everything up.
Oh, yeah. The internet changed everything.
E-commerce went crazy and suddenly it's like, whoa, companies have mountains of data.
Mountains of it.
About their suppliers, their customers, what everyone's buying.
Use that.
It's like the wild west of data.
Yeah, and suddenly it wasn't about getting the data anymore.
Right.
It was, okay, what do we do with all this data?
Right. How do we make sense of it?
Exactly. So that's where big data analytics came in.
Okay.
Like around the 2010s.
Right.
And that was all about using serious computing power to find the patterns and insights that, we humans just couldn't see.
Right. It's too much data for a person to like look through and be like, oh, I see a trend.
Exactly. Way too much.
Yeah. But here's where things get like really mind-blowing.
Oh, yeah. Here's where it gets interesting.
Now AI is like the driving force. It's evolving supply chains faster than ever before.
For sure.
It's kind of crazy to see all the different ways it's being used. Like AI is touching everything.
Yeah. And it's not just one thing.
Right.
It's not like, oh, AI is this one thing doing one thing.
Right. It's a whole bunch of different tools.
Whole toolbox.
Yeah, and each one's good at different things.
Exactly.
So like machine learning, that's a big one, right?
Machine learning is huge.
And that's where, help me out here, because I always get this mixed up.
Yep.
But instead of programming a computer, step by step, it's like do this, then do that. You're basically teaching it to learn from data.
Exactly. That's
so like it figures out the patterns and the rules on its own.
Right. So it's like you're teaching a computer to think like, a supply chain expert.
Whoa. Yeah.
But it's doing it by itself. It's learning by itself.
That's wild. So like give me an example of that, how that works in the real world.
Okay. So imagine you're a clothing store.
Okay.
You want to know how many sweaters to stock for the winter.
Sure. Yeah.
So you can use machine learning.
Okay.
You feed it all your past sales data.
Right.
Maybe some weather forecasts. Like how cold is it going to be this winter?
Right.
And the algorithm will be like, okay, based on all this, you're going to need this many sweaters.
So it's like way more accurate than just guessing or going off of last year's sales.
Way more accurate.
Wow.
And this is one example. There's so many ways to use machine learning.
I bet. Okay, so machine learning is good for that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But what about like really complex tasks? I remember reading about those robots that are like zipping around warehouses.
Oh, yeah.
Picking up boxes, putting them on shelves. Like, how do they even know where to go?
So that's where deep learning comes in.
Okay, deep learning. That's like machine learning 2.0.
Think of it like machine learning on steroids.
All right, okay, now we're talking.
It can handle like way more complex patterns.
Right.
And it can make decisions in situations that would just like overwhelm regular machine learning.
So it's like way smarter.
Way smarter.
Okay, so those warehouse robots, they're using deep learning to not just like move around, but also avoid crashing into each other and stuff.
Exactly, yeah. They're
Right.
navigating a super dynamic environment.
Wow, that's That's insane.
It is pretty cool. And it's not just robots, by the way.
Really?
Deep learning is also being used to, like, optimize delivery routes in real time.
Oh, so it's like a super-powered Waze, but for a whole fleet of trucks.
Exactly. That's a great way to think about it.
Yeah, taking into account traffic, weather, I don't know, maybe even like construction or accidents or something.
Yep, all that.
That's incredible. Okay, so we've got machine learning, deep learning, but there's got to be more.
Oh, there's so much more.
Like, what about the human side of all this? Because one of the articles you sent mentioned natural language processing, NLP.
NLP. Yeah.
That one sounds really interesting. It's about like helping computers understand us better.
Exactly. Like, you know how we talk to our phones now?
Right. Like, hey, Siri, do this.
Yep, that's using NLP.
Okay.
But in supply chains, it's doing things like reading contracts,
Really?
analyzing emails, even figuring out what people are saying on social media about a company's products.
So, like, instead of a lawyer spending hours reading through, like, a giant contract, the AI can scan it and be like, hey, there's something fishy here.
That's exactly it.
That's a game changer.
It is. It saves so much time and can catch things that humans might miss.
Yeah, and it frees up, like, the lawyers to do the stuff that only humans can do.
Right, the more strategic stuff.
Right.
So it's really a partnership.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we've got NLP. What about computer vision? I've heard that term thrown around, but I don't really know what it is.
So computer vision is basically like giving computers the ability to see.
Wait, computers can see now, like recognize objects and stuff.
They can.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And for supply chains, it's huge for quality control.
Oh, I bet.
Like, imagine you have these AI-powered cameras on a production line.
Right.
They can scan products for even the tiniest defects that, a person might miss.
Oh, wow.
Or you could even have AI analyzing, like, satellite images
What?
to monitor crops.
Right.
Yeah, looking for signs of disease or pests.
It's like having a million tiny inspectors or agricultural experts all working at once.
Pretty much.
Wow. Okay, so we've got machine learning, deep learning, NLP, computer vision.
It's a lot.
It's like AI has a whole arsenal of tools, and it's just getting started.
Right, and the cool thing is how they all work together.
Yeah, like combining them is where the magic really happens.
Exactly. It's not just about replacing humans. It's about making us better, smarter, more efficient.
Right, like augmenting our abilities.
Augmenting, yeah, that's the word.
Okay, so we kind of have a sense of all the different AI tools now.
Right.
Let's see how they're actually being used, like in specific areas of supply chain management.
Sounds good.
So let's start with, what was it? Predictive analytics and demand forecasting. That stuff sounds super cool.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Like, imagine if you could know exactly what your customers are going to want before they even know it.
Right, like you're reading their minds.
Yeah. It's like having a crystal ball, but one that's powered by data, not magic.
Yeah. Exactly.
But how does that even work?
So basically, AI crunches massive amounts of data
Okay.
from all sorts of sources. Like, think about your sales history,
Right.
weather patterns,
Right.
what's trending on social media, economic indicators. Like, is the economy doing well or not?
Wow. So it's not just like looking at what people bought last year.
Nope. It's way more sophisticated than that.
It's like looking at the whole world and figuring out what people are going to want.
Yeah. And it uses these machine learning algorithms to find the patterns.
And then it's like, boom, here's what you need to know.
Pretty much.
Wow. That's got to be a huge advantage for businesses, right?
Oh, it's huge.
Like no more guessing, no more just relying on gut feelings.
Right. It's about being data-driven.
And that means you can like anticipate shifts in customer demand.
Yep.
And even predict the impact of like big events that might mess things up.
Exactly. Like, think about a natural disaster.
Right.
Or a sudden change in, I don't know, fashion trends or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like if everyone suddenly decides they want purple sweaters,
Exactly.
AI can help you see that coming.
That's right.
That's incredible. Okay, so now let's talk about something that's always a headache for businesses.
What's that?
Inventory management.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one.
Right. Like, how much stuff do you keep on hand?
Always a balancing act.
It is, because if you have too much inventory, you're just like sitting on a pile of stuff that's not selling.
Costing you money.
Exactly. But if you have too little, you risk like running out and disappointing customers.
And then you lose sales.
It's like a constant struggle.
It is.
So how is AI changing the game here?
So AI can help you find that sweet spot,
Okay.
that perfect balance of not too much, not too little.
Right, right.
By considering a ton of factors, way more than a human could handle.
Like what kind of factors?
Oh, things like supplier lead times, how long does it take to get stuff from your suppliers,
Really?
transportation costs,
Right.
seasonal demand, like do people buy more of this product in the summer or the winter?
Right. Right. And even like potential discounts you could get for buying in bulk.
Oh, interesting.
So it's crunching all this data
Yeah.
to figure out exactly when you need to order more and how much to order.
Wow, it's like having a super efficient inventory manager who never sleeps.
That's a great way to put it.
Right. They're constantly analyzing, making adjustments, making sure you have the right stuff in the right place at the right time.
Exactly. And it goes even deeper than that.
Really?
Yeah, like AI can even help you decide where to store your inventory.
Oh, so like instead of having a bunch of warehouses all over the place,
Right.
AI can figure out, okay, this is the most efficient setup.
Yep, based on shipping costs, delivery times, even the environmental impact.
So it's like optimizing the whole
The
network.
whole network, yeah.
Wow. And speaking of the environment, that's something I definitely want to dig into.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, AI is not just about efficiency, it's about making things more sustainable too.
That's a really important point. Yeah, and I know you have a lot to say about that, so we'll definitely get to that.
Definitely will.
But first, I think we should talk about supply chain risk, like all the crazy stuff happening in the world right now.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
It's like pandemics, natural disasters, you name it.
You never know what's going to happen next.
Exactly. And it seems like every time you turn around, there's some new crisis disrupting supply chains.
That's the world we live in now.
It is. So how does AI help companies deal with all this uncertainty?
So AI is like the ultimate risk management tool.
Okay.
It takes it from reactive to proactive.
So instead of waiting for something bad to happen and then scrambling to fix it,
Right.
you can use AI to like anticipate the problem.
Exactly. It's like having a team of analysts constantly scanning the horizon.
For like warning signs.
Yeah, looking for any potential disruptions.
Like what kind of disruptions?
Oh, it could be anything, really. Like a supplier going bankrupt,
Oh, wow.
a port shutting down because of a strike,
Yeah.
or even, a hurricane brewing on the other side of the world.
Yeah, something that could like shut down shipping routes.
Exactly. And AI can pick up on all these signals.
So you can like adjust your plans before things get really bad.
Exactly.
Wow. So instead of just reacting to crises, you're using AI to like stay ahead of the curve.
That's the goal.
That's incredible. So whether it's like finding new suppliers or rerouting shipments,
Right.
AI can help you keep things running smoothly.
Keep those supply chains flowing.
Yeah, even when the world's throwing everything it's got at you.
It's about resilience.
Resilience, yeah, that's a good word for it.
Yeah, and it's not just about responding to the crisis.
Right.
It's about building supply chains that are just inherently more resilient.
So they can handle whatever gets thrown at them.
Exactly.
Okay, now let's talk about something that sounds super futuristic. Smart logistics and transportation.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Like, we're already seeing self-driving cars on the roads,
Mm-hmm.
but how is AI changing the way goods are moved around the world?
Well, think about it like this. You know how Waze can help you find the fastest route,
Yeah.
taking into account traffic and all that?
Right.
Now imagine applying that same concept,
Okay.
but to an entire fleet of trucks,
Oh, wow.
or ships, or even planes.
So it's like a super-powered Waze for the entire world of logistics.
That's a great way to think about it.
Right, like constantly optimizing routes in real time.
Yep.
Taking into account traffic, weather, maybe even like fuel prices or driver availability.
Oh, well, that.
That's incredible. And it's not just about efficiency, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm guessing this also has a big impact on sustainability.
Absolutely.
Because if you're optimizing routes,
Mm.
you're using less fuel, which means fewer emissions.
Yeah.
So it's like AI is making logistics smarter and greener at the same time.
That's the beauty of it.
It is. It is. Okay, so we've talked about optimizing routes,
Mm-hmm.
but AI can do even more than that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like when it comes to transportation.
So think about this. You have a bunch of goods to ship.
Okay.
AI can help you decide, like, what's the best way to ship them?
Okay.
Should you use trucks, trains, planes, ships?
Right.
It'll consider things like cost, speed, reliability, and of course the environmental impact.
So it's not just like automatically shipping everything by air,
No.
which is like the fastest but also the most polluting.
Exactly.
AI can be like, hey, for this shipment, maybe rail or sea freight would be a better option.
That's right.
Wow, that's amazing. So it's like AI is helping companies make their entire supply chain greener,
That's the goal.
from like sourcing materials all the way to getting products to customers.
Yep, it's a holistic approach.
That's incredible. And it doesn't stop there,
Well,
right?
it doesn't.
Like, what about all the stuff that happens inside warehouses?
Oh, yeah, warehouse is getting a huge AI makeover.
Okay, tell me about that.
So think about all the things that happen in a warehouse.
Like managing inventory, picking orders, packing boxes, all that stuff.
All of it.
And traditionally, it's a lot of like people running around trying to find stuff.
Lots of manual labor.
Yeah, and it can be pretty inefficient.
It can.
So how does AI help?
So AI can automate a lot of those tasks.
Okay.
You know those robots we talked about earlier?
The ones that are like zipping around and avoiding each other.
Yep, those guys.
Yeah.
They can do a lot of the heavy lifting.
Literally.
Literally, yeah.
So they're like picking orders, moving boxes, and AI is telling them where to go.
That's right.
So it's like way more efficient and probably a lot safer too.
It is.
And I bet it helps with like the layout of the warehouse too.
Absolutely.
Right.
AI can figure out the most efficient way to organize everything.
So you're not wasting space.
Exactly. Every square foot is optimized.
That's incredible. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, from predictive analytics to smart logistics to warehouse automation.
It's a lot to take in.
It is, but it's all super fascinating.
It is.
But there's one more area I want to touch on before we move on.
What's that?
Supplier relationship management, or SRM.
Ah, yes, that's a big one.
And it was something you highlighted a lot in your research.
It's crucial.
It is, because finding the right suppliers can be like a huge headache for companies.
It can be a nightmare.
It can be, right? Because you don't just want the cheapest option.
Right.
You want suppliers who are reliable, who deliver high quality stuff, who share your values.
Exactly. It's about finding the right fit.
Yeah. And there are so many suppliers out there.
Thousands, millions even.
It's overwhelming.
It is.
So how does AI help companies navigate this, like supplier jungle?
So AI can be your guide.
Okay.
It can analyze tons of data about potential suppliers.
Okay, what kind of data are we talking about?
Everything. From their financial stability.
Right, so you know they're not going to go bankrupt tomorrow.
Exactly.
Okay.
To their track record, like, do they deliver on time?
Right.
Do they have a history of quality issues?
Okay.
But it also looks at things like, do they comply with ethical and sustainability standards?
Oh, so it's not just about the bottom line.
No, it's about values too.
That's really cool. So AI can help companies find suppliers who are like a good match for their values.
Absolutely.
And that means building a more responsible and resilient supply chain.
That's the goal.
Because if your suppliers are like ethical and sustainable, then your whole supply chain is more ethical and sustainable.
Exactly.
That's incredible. It's like AI is helping companies do good while also doing well.
That's the power of it.
It is.
And it goes beyond just finding the right suppliers.
Really?
Yeah, it's also about managing those relationships effectively.
Oh, okay.
So AI can help you negotiate better contracts,
Oh, okay.
track supplier performance,
Right.
even identify opportunities for collaboration.
So you can like work together to innovate and come up with new ideas.
That's right.
Wow. It's like AI is becoming the ultimate matchmaker and relationship counselor for businesses.
That's a good way to put it.
Right. It's helping you find the right partners and build strong, lasting relationships.
Exactly. And speaking of strong relationships, we need to talk about quality control.
Oh, yeah. That's another crucial area.
It is. It's all about making sure that the products you're making and selling are top-notch.
Right. Meeting the highest standards.
Exactly.
And I know from your research that AI is like giving companies superpowers in this area.
Oh, yeah. It's a game changer.
So tell me, how is AI being used to like level up quality control?
So we already talked about computer vision, right?
Yeah, the cameras that can spot tiny defects.
Exactly. But AI can go even further.
Okay.
It can analyze data from sensors, machines, all sorts of sources
Okay.
to look for patterns that might indicate a quality issue.
So it's like predicting problems before they even happen.
That's the goal.
Wow.
So instead of just reacting to defects,
Right.
you can prevent them in the first place.
And that means like less waste, fewer returns, happier customers.
Exactly.
And AI can also help with like making sure you're complying with all the rules and regulations.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Right, because there are so many regulations.
Tons of them.
And it can be really hard to keep track of everything.
It can be a nightmare.
So AI can be like your, I don't know, your digital compliance officer.
Yeah, something like that.
Right. making sure you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's.
Keeping you out of trouble.
Exactly. And it can also, like, track the origin of your materials, right?
That's right.
So you can make sure everything's ethically sourced.
And verify the authenticity of your products.
Oh, so that's how you combat counterfeiting.
Exactly.
Wow. It's like AI is giving companies this incredible level of transparency and control over their supply chain.
That's the power of it.
It is. It is. Okay, we've talked about so much already.
I know, it's a lot.
But there's one more thing I really want to dig into.
Okay, what's that?
Digital twin technology.
Ah, yes, the digital twin.
This one just blew my mind when I was reading about it.
It's pretty amazing.
It is, because it's like you have this virtual copy of your entire supply chain.
A mirror image.
Yeah, and you can like run simulations and see what would happen if like a supplier went offline or a port shut down.
Exactly. You can play out all these different scenarios.
It's like having a giant sandbox where you can experiment without any real-world
A
consequences.
safe space to learn and test.
But how does it actually work? Like, how do you create this digital twin?
So it starts with data.
Okay.
You feed the system real-time data from all sorts of sources, like sensors on your trucks, GPS trackers,
Right.
weather reports, social media feeds, anything you can think of.
Wow, so it's constantly getting updated with the latest information.
That's right.
And then what?
Then the AI takes over.
Okay.
It uses all that data to create a dynamic model of your supply chain.
So it's like a living, breathing replica.
Exactly.
Wow.
And then you can use that model to run all sorts of simulations.
So you can be like, okay, what if this supplier goes out of business?
Yeah.
Or what if there's a major earthquake in this region?
That's right.
And the digital twin will show you how those events would ripple through your supply chain.
And you can see the impact on things like delivery times, costs, inventory levels.
And then you can like test out different responses and see what works best.
Exactly. It's like a flight simulator for supply chain managers.
That's a great analogy.
Right. You can practice handling all sorts of challenges.
Without risking a real world crash.
Exactly.
That's incredible. Okay, I think we need to take a break here.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
We have, but it's been an amazing journey so far.
It has.
We've gone from like the early days of pen and paper supply chains to this world where AI is transforming everything.
It's mind-blowing.
It is, and we're just getting started.
There's so much more to come.
There is, and in the next part of this deep dive, we're going to explore the future of AI in supply chain management.
The future's bright.
It is, and it's full of incredible possibilities.
So buckle up.
We're going to look at the trends that are shaping the industry, the challenges we need to address, and the potential for AI to create a more efficient, sustainable, and equitable future for all of us.
It's going to be an exciting ride.
So stay tuned.
We'll be right back. All right, so you ready to jump into the future? Like, really see where AI and supply chains is headed?
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready for some serious sci-fi stuff. Like, give me the big trends, the stuff that's going to blow our minds.
Okay, so one trend that's already happening, it's gaining a lot of momentum, is this shift to cloud-based AI platform.
Cloud-based. Okay, so that's like instead of companies having to build their own AI systems,
Right.
they can, what, just rent it from the cloud?
It's kind of like that.
Okay.
See, like the Netflix of AI.
Okay, I like that analogy.
You subscribe, you get access to all the latest AI tools and tech.
Without having to, like, build your own data centers and hire a bunch of engineers.
Exactly. It's way more accessible, especially for smaller companies.
That makes sense. And I bet those cloud platforms are pretty powerful too, right?
Oh yeah, they're incredibly scalable.
So you can, like, ramp up your AI capabilities as your business grows.
Exactly.
That's really cool. Okay, so cloud-based AI, that's a big one. What else?
Oh, this one's kind of interesting. It's called explainable AI.
Explainable AI. Okay, I'm intrigued. Break that down for me.
So as AI gets more and more sophisticated,
Right.
the algorithms get more complex.
Yeah.
And sometimes even the people who build them
Right.
have a hard time understanding like how they reach their decisions.
So it's like the AI is a black box.
Yeah, kind of like that,
And it's making decisions, but we don't know why.
which can be a little creepy.
Yeah, a little bit.
So explainable AI is all about making AI more transparent so we can understand the logic behind the decisions.
So we can trust the AI.
Exactly. Because if we don't understand how it's making decisions,
Right.
how can we be sure that those decisions are fair, ethical, all of that?
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like you got to be able to look under the hood and see what's going on. Okay, so explainable AI, that's a big one. What else is cooking in the AI future?
Okay, so get ready for this because this one's pretty mind-blowing. We're going to have AI-powered digital assistants
Wait, like Siri or Alexa?
Think bigger.
Eager.
Like, imagine a digital assistant that can help you manage your entire supply chain,
Whoa. Okay, that's bigger.
from sourcing suppliers and tracking shipments to, like, resolving customer issues.
So it's like a team of super smart assistants who are always on,
Always on, and they know everything about your supply chain.
and they can anticipate your needs.
That's the idea.
That's incredible. How would that even work?
So using natural language processing, machine learning,
Right.
they'll understand what you need,
Okay.
provide personalized support,
Wow.
and they'll learn from your past decisions, your preferences.
So they get smarter over time.
Exactly.
That's amazing. Okay, so digital assistants, those are going to be huge. But what about all the other crazy tech that's emerging, like blockchain and the Internet of Things?
Oh yeah, those are big ones too.
Like, how do those fit into the whole AI and supply chain puzzle?
So let's start with blockchain. You know how it's this super secure, transparent technology,
Yeah, everyone's talking about
like
it.
a digital ledger that can't be tampered with.
Right, right.
So now imagine using blockchain to track the journey of a product,
Okay.
from raw materials to the customer's doorstep.
So you'd know, like, where everything came from.
Exactly. How it was produced, who handled it along the way.
That's incredible. So no more fake products, no more shady suppliers.
Exactly. You could verify authenticity, trace ethical sourcing.
Oh, that's a game changer for sure.
It is. And then you have the Internet of Things.
IoT, yeah. That's all about connecting physical objects to the internet, right?
That's right.
So like sensors on trucks, packages, all that stuff.
Yep. And those sensors are collecting tons of data.
Right, like location, temperature, all that.
And then you combine that with AI,
Oh, okay.
and you've got a smart supply chain.
Smart supply chain, I like that. So everything's constantly monitored, optimized in real time.
Exactly. So if a truck hits a bump or a shipment gets too hot or too cold,
AI can be like, hey, there's a problem.
and it can even suggest what to do about it.
Wow, that's like having a whole army of digital eyes and ears watching over your supply chain.
That's a great way to think about it.
That's incredible. Okay, so blockchain, IoT, those are both huge. But what about augmented reality and virtual reality? Are those playing a role too?
They are, and this is where things get really futuristic.
Okay, I'm ready.
So you know how AR is like those filters on social media that put dog ears on your face?
Yeah.
And VR is those headsets that put you in a whole different world.
Right. I've tried those. They're pretty wild.
Well, now imagine using AR glasses
Okay.
to visualize your entire supply chain in 3D,
Whoa.
like seeing real-time data overlays on top of physical objects.
So you could be looking at a warehouse and you'd see like how much inventory is in there.
Exactly. Or you could be looking at a truck and you'd see its route, its estimated arrival time.
It's like having X-ray vision for your supply chain.
That's a great way to put it.
Wow. And what about VR? What can you do with that?
Oh, VR is amazing for training.
Oh, I bet.
Like imagine training employees on how to operate complex machinery
Right.
or how to manage a warehouse,
Okay.
but they're doing it in a virtual environment.
So there's no risk of like breaking something or getting hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a safe way to learn.
That's incredible. Okay, so we've got cloud-based AI, explainable AI, digital assistants, blockchain, IoT, AR, VR.
It's a lot.
It is. It's like the future of supply chain management is going to be straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Pretty much.
But with all this amazing tech, I got to ask, are there any challenges we need to be aware of?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, with any powerful technology
All right.
comes great responsibility.
That's a good way to put it.
So one of the biggest challenges is making sure that AI is used ethically and responsibly,
Right.
like we talked about with explainable AI.
You got to make sure those algorithms aren't biased. They're making fair decisions.
Exactly. And then there's the whole issue of data security and privacy,
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
because supply chains are becoming so reliant on data,
Right.
and that data needs to be protected.
From hackers, breaches, all that stuff.
Exactly. So companies need to be really serious about cybersecurity.
Investing in the right tools, the right training.
Absolutely. And then there's the challenge of just keeping up with the pace of innovation.
Right, because AI is evolving so fast.
It's moving at warp speed.
It's hard to even keep track of all the new developments.
It is. So companies need to be agile. They need to be willing to adapt,
Embrace change.
embrace change, yeah. And they need to foster a culture of continuous learning.
So it's not just about like buying the latest AI software.
Right.
It's about investing in your people, making sure they have the skills to keep up.
Exactly. It's a human-centered approach to AI.
I like that. Okay, so challenges aside, let's talk about the good stuff.
The good stuff.
Like, the potential for AI to create a more sustainable future for supply chains. That's something I'm really excited about.
Oh, me too. That's where I think AI can really make a difference.
So it's not just about making supply chains more efficient, more profitable.
Right.
It's about making them more environmentally responsible.
Exactly. And there's so many ways that AI can help with that.
Okay, like what? Give me some examples.
Well, we talked about optimizing transportation routes, right?
Yeah, using less fuel, fewer emissions.
Exactly. But AI can also help companies identify opportunities to reduce waste.
Okay, interesting.
Like maybe you're overproducing a certain product.
Right.
AI can help you fine-tune your production levels.
So you're not wasting materials.
Right. And AI can even help you choose suppliers who have strong environmental practices.
Oh, so you're building sustainability right into your supply chain.
From the ground up.
That's really cool. It's like AI is becoming the ultimate sustainability consultant.
Haha, that's a good way to put it.
Right. It's helping companies figure out how to be greener and more efficient at the same time.
That's not all.
There's more.
Yeah, AI can also help with social sustainability.
Social sustainability. Okay, I haven't heard that term before. What did that mean?
So it's about things like ensuring fair labor practices.
Right. Treating workers fairly.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Promoting ethical sourcing.
Okay.
Making sure the materials you're using are sourced responsibly.
Right, right.
And supporting local communities.
So it's like AI is helping companies be better corporate citizens.
That's the idea. It's about using AI to benefit everyone involved in the supply chain.
Workers, consumers, the planet.
The whole ecosystem.
That's really powerful. Okay, so we've talked about the potential, but let's get real here.
Real world.
Yeah, like give me some specific examples of how AI is already being used to transform supply chains.
Okay, so let's start with e-commerce. You know how Amazon and Alibaba are like the giants of online shopping?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Well, they're using AI to manage their massive global operations.
I bet because they're dealing with like millions of orders every day.
Millions, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're delivering those orders incredibly fast.
It's crazy how quickly I can order something online and have it at my door the next day.
I know, right?
It's like magic.
It's AI-powered magic.
Aha, that's a good way to put it. So how is AI making that magic happen?
Well, AI is helping them predict demand,
Okay.
optimize inventory levels across like thousands of warehouses,
Wow.
and make sure those packages are delivered on time.
So it's like a giant hyper-efficient brain orchestrating the whole process.
That's a great way to think about it.
It is, it is. And it's not just about speed and efficiency.
Right.
AI is also being used to like personalize the customer experience.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, you know how you get those recommendations for products you might like?
Yeah, based on what I've bought before.
Exactly. That's AI at work.
So it's like AI is making online shopping more convenient, more tailored to my individual needs.
That's the idea.
That's really cool. Okay, so e-commerce, that's a big one. What other industries are using AI to transform their supply chains?
Well, the automotive industry is a big one. Car manufacturing is all about precision and efficiency.
Right.
And AI is helping companies like Tesla, BMW, all the big players,
Okay.
take that to a whole new level.
Yeah, I've seen those videos of like those robot arms assembling cars.
It's pretty wild.
It is. It's like a ballet of robots.
And AI is the choreographer,
Uh-huh. I like that.
making sure every move is perfect, every part is in the right place at the right time.
Wow.
And AI is not just on the factory floor.
Right.
Nope, it's also optimizing the entire supply chain for car parts,
Oh, wow.
from sourcing raw materials to managing the flow of components.
It's like a giant complex symphony of parts and processes,
And AI is the conductor.
making sure everything comes together harmoniously.
Exactly.
That's incredible. Okay, so I've got e-commerce, automotive. What else?
Well, let's talk about something we all care about, food.
Okay, yeah, food's important.
It is. And the food industry is using AI to make sure that the food we eat is safe and fresh.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. How are they doing that?
So imagine AI-powered sensors
Okay.
monitoring the temperature and humidity of food
Okay.
as it travels from farms to grocery stores.
So like from the field to my fridge.
Exactly.
Okay.
And those sensors are sending data to an AI system,
Right.
which can detect any potential issues.
Like if the temperature gets too high?
Yep. Or if there's a sudden change in humidity.
And that could mean like the food's starting to spoil.
Right. So the AI can alert the company.
So they can take action before it's too late.
Exactly. It's all about preventing problems before they happen.
That's amazing. So AI is like a food safety superhero.
Haha. Kind of like that.
Right. Keeping us all from getting sick.
And it's not just about safety.
Okay.
AI is also helping farmers grow more food with fewer resources.
Oh, that's huge, especially with the growing population.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Sure.
So AI can help farmers make better decisions about planting. irrigation, harvesting.
So they can maximize yields, reduce waste.
Exactly. It's all about making agriculture more efficient and sustainable.
That's awesome. Okay, so food, that's a big one. What other industries are using AI in really impactful ways?
Well, healthcare is another big one. Think about all the medical supplies that hospitals need.
Yeah, from medications to equipment, it's a lot of
It
stuff.
is. And managing those supplies is a huge logistical challenge.
Right, because any delays can be really serious.
Life or death, even.
Exactly. So how's AI helping in this area?
Well, AI can help hospitals predict demand for medications,
Okay,
optimize inventory levels for medical supplies,
right?
and even track the location of critical equipment.
So you know where everything is at all times,
That's right. It's all about making sure that patients get the treatments they need.
when they need them.
Exactly. No delays, no shortages.
Wow, that's incredible. It's like AI is this invisible guardian angel watching over the healthcare supply chain.
That's a good way to put it. Making sure everything runs smoothly.
Yeah, and that lives are saved.
That's the ultimate goal.
It is. Okay, so healthcare, that's a huge one. What about disaster relief?
Ah, yes, disaster relief. That's another area where AI is making a real difference.
Because when a disaster hits, like every second counts.
Absolutely. And organizations like the Red Cross, FEMA, they're using AI to respond more effectively.
Okay, how are they doing that?
Well, think about AI-powered drones,
Okay.
surveying disaster zones.
So they can, like, assess the damage.
Exactly. See where the worst hit areas are,
Okay.
and even identify people who might be stranded.
Wow. So they can direct rescue efforts more efficiently.
That's right. Get help to the people who need it most.
That's amazing. And I bet AI can also help with, like, getting supplies to the right places,
Absolutely. AI can optimize the logistics of distributing relief supplies.
coordinating transportation, managing warehouses,
All of that. And AI can even help predict future needs.
based on, like, how the situation's evolving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about using AI to get the right resources to the right people as quickly as possible.
Wow. It's like AI is a digital first responder.
Working tirelessly to help people in need.
That's a powerful image. Okay, so we've talked about e-commerce, automotive, food, healthcare, disaster relief. It seems like AI is touching every industry.
It really is. And those
Yeah,
are just a few examples.
I bet. Like, what about energy? Is AI being used there too?
Oh, yeah, definitely. AI is being used to optimize the production and distribution of electricity.
Making the grid more efficient, more reliable.
Exactly. And that's a big deal as we transition to cleaner energy sources.
Right, because we need to make sure the grid can handle like solar and wind power.
That's right. AI can help us make that transition smoother.
That's awesome. What about manufacturing? Any cool AI applications there?
Oh, tons. AI is being used to create smart factories.
Smart factories.
Yeah, factories that are more efficient, more productive, more adaptable.
So it's like AI is not just changing how we manage supply chains.
Right.
It's changing how we make things too.
Exactly. It's a whole new era of manufacturing.
That's really exciting. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, from the present to the future of AI in supply chains.
And everything in between.
It's clear that AI is having a profound impact, and it's only going to get bigger.
It's just getting started.
So what does all this mean for businesses? Like, what do they need to do to prepare for this AI-powered future?
Well, the first thing is they need to embrace AI
Okay.
if they want to stay competitive.
Right, because if they don't,
They're going to get left behind.
it's like trying to run a marathon in flip-flops.
Uh-huh, exactly. You need the right tools to succeed.
And AI is that tool,
It is. But it's not just about the technology.
right?
It's about the people, too.
Okay.
Companies need to invest in training their workforce.
So people know how to use these AI tools, how to work alongside them.
Exactly. It's about creating a culture of continuous learning.
Right, because AI is always evolving, so you got to keep up.
That's right. And it's about empowering employees to use AI to its full potential.
So it's not about AI replacing humans. It's about AI and humans working together.
A partnership
Yeah, a partnership to create a better future.
for supply chains and for everyone.
That's a great point. And as we move forward, we need to be having conversations about the impact of AI.
Open and honest conversations.
Yeah, because there are going to be challenges, there are going to be questions,
Definitely.
but we need to address them head on
We do.
and make sure that AI is used for good.
That benefits everyone.
Exactly. Okay, so we've explored the present, the future, the challenges, the opportunities. It's a lot to take in,
It is.
but it's all super fascinating.
It is.
So now that we've reached the end of this part of our deep dive,
Right.
what's the one key takeaway you want our listener to walk away with?
I think the most important thing to remember is that AI isn't just some technological advancement.
Okay.
The fundamental shift
A shift in how we do
in
things.
how we think about the world,
And supply chains are right at the heart of that shift.
they are. So whether you're a business leader, a student, or just someone who's curious about the future,
You need to understand the impact of AI on supply chains.
because it's going to affect all of us.
It's going to change how we make things, how we buy things, how we get things delivered.
And even how we think about sustainability, social responsibility.
It's a powerful tool with the potential to create a better future for everyone,
But it's up to us to make sure that happens
to make sure that AI is used for good.
and that its benefits are shared widely.
Well said. It's an exciting time and a little bit scary, too.
It is, but I'm optimistic.
Me too. It's been amazing exploring all this with you.
Likewise.
And to our listener, thank you for sending us all that amazing research.
Yeah, thanks for sparking this conversation.
We hope this deep dive has given you a lot to think about.
And a lot to be excited about.
Because the future of AI is full of possibilities.
So stay curious, keep learning.
And who knows what incredible innovations we'll see in the years to come.
I can't wait to find out.
Me neither. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring.
Honestly, it's kind of hard to pick just one thing that stands out.
I know, right? It's a lot.
Yeah, it's amazing how AI is already being used in so many different ways.
It really is.
From optimizing those delivery routes to predicting what customers want, ensuring the food we eat is safe, even helping with disaster relief efforts.
That's right.
It's like AI is becoming this invisible force that's making everything run smoother, safer, more efficiently.
It really is. I think for me, what's most exciting is the potential for AI to create a more sustainable future.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Imagine a world where AI is helping us use resources better, minimize waste, reduce our environmental impact across entire supply chains.
That's definitely a future I want to live in.
Right.
But I have to admit, there's a part of me that's a little bit, I don't know, apprehensive about all this.
I get that.
What happens to all the human workers in supply chains as AI starts doing more and more? That's a valid concern, and it's something we need to think about carefully. But I don't think it's a simple case of robots taking over.
Okay.
I see it more as a shift in the types of jobs that humans will be doing.
So instead of doing the repetitive manual tasks,
Right.
humans will be freed up to focus on more creative, strategic, problem-solving roles.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. AI can handle the data crunching, the optimization algorithms, the routine stuff.
Yeah.
But humans are still needed to design those systems, to interpret the results,
Right.
make the strategic decisions, and deal with those unexpected situations that AI just can't handle.
It's like that saying, AI will never replace humans, but humans who use AI will replace humans who don't.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Right. It's all about adapting and figuring out how to use AI to our advantage.
To make us better.
Yeah. And that brings up another point, the importance of education and training.
Oh, absolutely.
We need to make sure that people have the skills they need to thrive in this, AI-powered world.
Yeah, we need to invest in programs that teach people how to work with AI, understand its limitations, how to apply it ethically.
Right, responsibly.
It's not just about technical skills either.
No, it's about, critical thinking, problem solving, creativity.
Those uniquely human skills.
Yeah, those are going to be even more valuable in an AI-driven world.
Absolutely. We're talking about preparing people for a future where collaboration between humans and AI is just the norm.
Yeah, they're partners.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground in this deep dive.
We have.
From the history of supply chains to all the different types of AI, the trends, the challenges.
Yeah, it's been a journey.
It has. So as we wrap up, what's the one key takeaway you want our listener to walk away with?
I think the biggest takeaway is that AI isn't just a technology. It's a transformative force that's reshaping everything.
Yeah.
And supply chains are at the very forefront of that transformation.
So whether you're running a business, a student, or just someone who's curious about the future, you got to understand the impact of AI on supply chains.
Because it's going to affect all of us.
It's going to change how we make things, buy things, get things delivered, even how we think about sustainability and responsibility.
It's a powerful tool that can create a more efficient, sustainable, and equitable future for everyone.
But it's up to us to make sure that happens.
To guide it in the right direction.
To use it for good and make sure its benefits are shared by everyone.
That's the key.
It is. Well, it's been a fascinating journey exploring all this with you. Thanks for sharing your insights.
My pleasure. It's been a great conversation.
And to our listener, thank you for sending us all those thought-provoking articles and research.
Yeah, thanks for inspiring this deep dive.
We hope you've learned a lot about the amazing world of AI and supply chain management.
And remember, this is just the beginning.
The future of AI is full of possibilities, so stay curious, keep learning.
And who knows what incredible innovations we'll see.
Exactly. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive, and until next time, keep exploring.